A signal from deep space is repeating itself every 16 days, like clockwork, and the world's leading astronomers cannot explain it. What you're about to hear isn't science fiction. It isn't a conspiracy theory. It is peer-reviewed, published science that has left some of the brightest minds on Earth genuinely stumped. In the next few minutes, we're going to walk through exactly what fast radio bursts are, why one particular signal has broken every natural explanation scientists have thrown at it, and why a growing number of serious researchers are no longer ruling out the most extraordinary possibility of all, that someone out there is trying to get our attention. Stay with me, because this one goes deep. The story begins in 2007. Astronomer Duncan Lorimer was sifting through archived data from the Parkes Radio Telescope in Australia when he found something that shouldn't have been there. A single, blindingly powerful burst of radio waves. It lasted less than 5 milliseconds. But in that fraction of a second, it released more energy than the sun emits in 3 days. It became known as the Lorimer burst, and it was just the beginning. Since then, astronomers have catalogued hundreds of these events, officially called fast radio bursts, or FRBs. They arrive from billions of light years away. They carry enormous energy, and in almost every case, they vanish as quickly as they appear, a single flash and then nothing. For years, scientists assumed they were one-off catastrophic events. The death cry of a neutron star, perhaps. The final collapse of a massive object, something that happens once and never again. Then, everything changed. In 2016, researchers announced the discovery of FRB 112102, the first fast radio burst ever observed repeating the same location in space, firing again and again and again. Suddenly, the catastrophic one-time event theory collapsed. You can't destroy a star twice. The scientific community was forced to reconsider everything. But if the repeating burst cracked the foundation, what came next shattered it entirely. In 2020, a team of Canadian astronomers published a paper in the journal Nature. They had been monitoring a source called FRB 18-0916 J0158+65, located approximately 500 million light-years from Earth. And what they found made the international astronomy community stop and stare. The signal was repeating on a precise 16.35-day cycle, 4 days of activity, 12 days of silence, 4 days of activity, 12 days of silence, over and over, with a regularity that bordered on mechanical. Natural phenomena in space can produce rhythmic patterns, pulsars, binary star systems, orbital mechanics. Scientists know this. They checked every known natural explanation against this signal. None of them fit cleanly. The cycle length was wrong for the leading candidates, the emission profile didn't match, and crucially, the signal wasn't just repeating. It was organized within its active windows, multiple bursts, varying in intensity, arriving in structured clusters. Here is what makes this genuinely unsettling. When scientists talk about what an intentional extraterrestrial signal might look like, one designed to be noticed, they describe something that stands out against background noise, something that repeats on a predictable schedule, and something that carries internal structure. FRB 18-0916 checks every single one of those boxes. Now, before we go further, and I want to be very clear about this, Mainstream science has not concluded this is alien in origin. Most researchers still favor natural explanations, but the fact that those natural explanations remain incomplete is precisely why this conversation is worth having. If you're finding this as mind-blowing as I am, hit that like button and subscribe so you don't miss what's coming next. Because we're just getting to the part where the data gets truly difficult to dismiss. Let's talk about what the instruments are actually recording. The CHIME telescope in British Columbia, Canada, one of the most sensitive radio observatories ever built, has now detected hundreds of FRBs and has become the primary tool for studying repeating sources. The data it produces is staggering in its detail. What researchers have established is this: fast radio bursts show a property called dispersion. The way different radio frequencies from the same burst arrive at slightly different times due to traveling through intergalactic matter. By measuring this dispersion, scientists can calculate approximately how far away the signal originated. Most confirmed FRBs come from hundreds of millions to several billion light-years away. That distance matters, because it means whatever is producing these signals is generating power on a scale almost incomprehensible to human engineering. Some estimates suggest a single FRB releases as much energy in milliseconds as the sun produces in an entire year. There's also the matter of precision. In 2021, a fast radio burst was detected from within our own galaxy, only the second time this had happened. It originated from a magnetar, a type of hypermagnetized neutron star. That confirmed at least one natural source for FRBs. But here's the problem. That galactic magnetar burst was thousands of times weaker than the extragalactic signals, which means either the sources billions of light-years away are radically different objects, or something else is amplifying them. What that something else might be remains an open question. There are currently three dominant theories within the scientific community. The first is the magnetar hypothesis. Highly magnetized neutron stars could, under the right conditions, produce repeating bursts of this nature. It's the most widely accepted explanation and has at least one confirmed data point in its favor. The challenge is that no known magnetar behavior fully accounts for the precision timing or the energy output of the strongest extragalactic signals. The second theory involves cosmic string interactions, theoretical defects in the fabric of space-time left over from the Big Bang. If two cosmic strings were to intersect, the energy released could theoretically produce a fast radio burst. It's mathematically plausible. It has never been directly observed, and it does not naturally explain a repeating, cyclical source. The third theory is the one that lives at the edge of acceptable scientific conversation, but it is being discussed formally in published research. In 2017, Harvard astronomers Avi Loeb and Manasvi Lingam published a paper exploring whether FRBs could be generated by an alien civilization using focused beams of energy, essentially enormous power transmitters used to propel spacecraft. Loeb didn't claim this was the answer. He claimed it was physically possible. Given the technology, it couldn't be ruled out. That paper was not published in a fringe journal. It appeared in the Astrophysical Journal Letters. Here is the part that doesn't make headlines often enough. We have been searching for extraterrestrial intelligence for over 60 years. We have scanned billions of radio frequencies. We built SETI. We sent the Voyager probes with golden records. We've pointed our best equipment at the sky and listened. And the entire time, these signals, impossibly powerful, precisely timed, mathematically structured, have been arriving. We detected the first one in archived data from 1983. We simply didn't know what we were looking at. We still might not. Thank you for watching this one all the way through. This topic is one of those rare intersections where the science itself is extraordinary enough that it doesn't need any exaggeration. And I think that's what makes it so genuinely compelling. Here's what I want to leave you with, and what I'd love for you to answer in the comments below. If we received a signal that every natural explanation failed to account for, if we reached the point where artificial origin became the most likely answer, what should humanity do next? Do we respond? Do we stay silent? Think about that. If this video made you see the universe a little differently today, please like it and subscribe to the channel. There's a lot more where this came from. And if you have thoughts, theories, or questions, drop them below. I read every comment. The universe is stranger than we imagined, and something in it may already know we're here.